Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
The Musketeers.
Let's start on our backs. There we go. There. Okay. Oops. All right. All right. So just some nice deep breaths into the nose, out through the mouth. Let the stomach rise and fall. Nice and slow. Now we can start adding in that tension in our core, pressing our low back down into our mat, and we just keep on going with our nice steady breathing. And now we can start adding in our bent leg lift or our straight leg lift, breathing out as we move our leg away from the floor, breathing in when both feet are touching the ground. Okay, let's plant our feet and we'll go into a glute bridge hold. So we're still keeping that feeling of bracing in our core, and then we're going to add some bracing through our glutes, squeezing our glutes, pushing our hips up towards the ceiling. We'll breathe out as we do so in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. So I'm bracing my core, bracing my hips. I want to make sure I'm applying tension on both sides of my body, not just one or the other. And just keep our breathing nice and steady. Just a bit longer. And 3, 2, 1. Slowly, slowly back down. And then go into a lying knee hug. So my low back is still pressed into the floor, and then I'm pulling my knees towards my chest. I'm not lifting my low back off the ground again here. And then if we like, we can add a little side-to-side rocking, as long as we make sure our hips and shoulders leave the ground at the same time. We don't want to be twisting separately here. Okay, let's plant our feet again. Go into our hamstring stretch. So we straighten one leg, flex the foot. So I'm pulling my toes towards my head and bringing that straight leg up in the air, grabbing behind the thigh. And then as I breathe in, I lower the leg. And as I breathe out, I straighten the leg again. Remember, we want to make sure we're in a position where we get that full straight leg. From here, I can't get my leg straight. So just play with it a little bit. We can also add in some ankle motions. When we lower, we point our toe away. When we go up, we flex the foot again. Nice and slow as we breathe. And let's switch legs, same setup. Straighten that leg, flex the foot, comes up in the air, breathing in and out. Okay, let's come on to our side. And we'll do our hip crossover. So we bring our knee up to hip level, trap it with our bottom arm, top arm comes out in front, touching the floor. Take a deep breath in. And breathing out, opening up, looking back. And breathing in, coming forward, touching the floor. Nice and slow. Okay, good. Let's turn and face the other way. Same setup. Deep breath in and out. Try and keep that knee down. May come off the ground a little bit, that's okay. That's why our arm's there. Okay, and then from here we can get into our side plank. So we want our elbow under our shoulder as always. Don't want it in too close, we don't want it too far out. Want the bone structure to support right straight down. And then our options are side plank from the knees stacked. And as always, we can always throw an arm up in the air for any of these options. We can put our leg out, have a leg floating, even floating and tapping like so, or both legs stacked like so. We're going to breathe out as we go up in 3, 2, 1, breathing out. And just taking nice deep breaths, keeping our eyes dead ahead. Try to avoid the urge to look down at our feet. Nice deep breaths. Just a bit longer. Three, 2, 1, slowly down. Turn and face the other way. And we'll get ready. Take a deep breath in, and we'll go up in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. Good. Not holding our breath. Keeping our eyes forward. About halfway. And 3, 2, 1, slowly down onto our front. For our isolateral bird dog, so we'll do our left arm and our right leg first. And as always, we always want to point the fingers at the wall, point our toes at the floor, and keep our eyes on the ground right under us at all times. And we'll breathe out as we extend in 3, 2, 1, breathing out. And if you can, try and add some pauses in there and see how it feels in your balance and your core to kind of take control of the position. And let's switch to the other arm and leg, and we'll keep it going. And good. Let's go into our half kneeling. Open book. Oh, let me adjust the camera a little bit. Half kneeling, open book. So ankle under knee and knee under hip. We want to tuck our tailbone underneath ourselves so we feel a stretch down the front of the hip and thigh. And then nice tall posture as we can. Hands together in front. We breathe out, we open up to one side. Breathe in center. Breathe out, open up to the other side. And you're always following the moving hand with your eyes. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. And in. Nice and slow with the breath. And let's switch legs. I'll give everybody a moment. Get that same setup, knee over ankle, knee under hip, tucking the tailbone. Feel the stretch. Nice tall posture, and we'll continue 3, 2, 1. And 3, 2, 1. Let's come to standing. And then it's a 60-second cross crawl. So you can do hand to knee, elbow to knee, and hand to foot. I like to combine them all together. If you want to just do hand to knee, that is fine as well. And we'll go for 1 minute, starting in 3, 2, 1. Find a nice tempo for yourself, something you can maintain for 1 minute. It gets you breathing a bit. About halfway. Just a bit longer. And 3, 2, 1. Good. Get a sip of water. And then we're on to our core exercises. Okay, to start, nice and simple front plank. So options are, well, always elbow under shoulder. We talked about, try not to Interlock your hands, keep them slightly separate. Then option 1 is from the knees. We want to make sure that we're not tipping like this. Try and kind of keep your hips tipped down a little bit. And then if you need to make it a little easier, you can always kind of bring your butt back just a little bit. Make sure your elbows are still under your shoulders, right? I don't want them out here. If I'm moving back, make sure I keep them underneath. Otherwise, we can also go knees to toes, knees to toes, or just from the toes the whole time. We're going to do that for 30 seconds, starting in 3, 2, 1, breathing out, and then breathing nice and steady as we hold, keeping our eyes on the floor. Just a bit longer. 3, 2, 1, slowly down. Then we're on to our backs. So we have our floor kick options here. So as always, when we're doing a core exercise on our back, we want to press that low back into the floor, brace our core, and then we can take our hands and push them down and away, help support the hips. Then options are feet planted, alternating knees, or floating, so your heel never touches the ground, or one knee bent, one straight, you can touch the floor, or again, floating, like so, or both legs are straight and pass each other. And we'll do that for 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Breathing as we move. And try to add little pauses in there. It also lets you breathe as you move better. If you're going really quick, you can't necessarily breathe out and move at the same time. And 3, 2, 1. Good. Next is the pull through. So I'll quickly recap this. The rules. So remember, we want to keep our shoulders pointing at the floor at all times. When we reach through, we're not reaching and twisting. Shoulder stays put, arm comes across, bring it over, step down, plant the hand. Reach through, over across, plant the hand. Just avoid that. We don't want to twist like that. And then our options are the same. Pretty much, it's either the bird dog, the high plank from the knees, or from the toes. And the rules are the same for all of them. We breathe out as we pull through. We breathe in when both hands are in contact with the floor. And we'll start that all together with a big breath out in 3, 2, 1. And 3, 2, 1. Good. Now we're on to the side plank with the leg movement. So all the same options as our normal side plank, but now we have the leg movement. So we can bring it up to the side as you breathe out, and then bring it forward. You can just stick to up and down here as well if you're not comfortable with the forward one, that's totally fine. Or it's with a straight leg to a bent knee. And then there's also the option from both feet stacked. It can be a little hard on the knee itself though, so tread carefully with that one. I myself am not huge fan. It's a lot of pressure through the leg. So we will start that for 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out and breathing out as we move. We can always add that arm in as well. And we're almost there. Oops. 3, 2, 1. Good. Switch sides. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out and breathing as we move our leg. Three, 2, 1. Good. Sip of water. And then we're on to our single leg balance drill. So start on my, move this back. Start on my right foot. And as we breathe out, we go to a bent knee in front. Breathe in, come back. You can touch the floor, stay floating. Breathe out, leg to the side. Try and stay as upright with your torso as you can. There may be that want to lean this way, but you start to kind of lose your balance if you go too far. And then lastly, the hip hinge, we can walk our foot out, break contact, or we can try and glide into it. And just remember, we want to keep a nice straight back. So keep our chest up. We don't want to arch to get lower. We don't want to bring our leg up higher than we need to, so that we create an arch there. We just want to be a nice straight line from heel to hip to shoulder. And we'll start that minute all together in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out and in. So nice and slow. You can do it at your own pace. You don't have to match me. All of our balance is going to be different, but just keep it slow. And remember our focal points on the wall and on the floor. They are very helpful for balancing. Just a bit longer for this leg. And 3, 2, 1. Give our right leg a little bit of movement, just get it loose. Doesn't have to be a vigorous shake or anything like that. And then we'll start with our left foot planted. In 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. About halfway. Almost there. Three, two, one. Good. Little sip of water, and then we're back to the front plank. All right. So we'll start all together in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out as we set up. And then nice deep breaths while we hold, keeping our eyes on the floor. Don't look under ourselves, don't look around. Just keep our eyes down. And 3, 2, 1, slowly down. And then onto our backs for our flutter kick options. So remember, low back press, core feels engaged. Take your hands, press them into the floor and help brace the hips. And we'll start 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out as we move. Remember, try and add pauses here so that we can properly breathe out with each movement. We don't want to be going quickly. And 3, 2, 1. Get onto the pull through. So remember the options. Remember breathing out as we pull through, breathing in when our hands are planted, and do not rotate the upper body to grab. Just bring the arm across, place the weight nice and close. And we'll start that all together in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out as we take our position. And breathing out as we pull the weight. And 3, 2, 1. Good. Now we're on to our side plank with leg movement. So elbow under shoulder, no matter what option you're taking. And we'll start 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. Add that arm if you like. And as always, nice and slow with the breath. Add some pauses in there if you can. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. Turn and face the other way. Elbow under shoulder. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. And breathing out as we move that leg. Just longer. And 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. You can put the weight away. Get a sip of water. And we'll do our balance drill one more time before we go into our stretches and mobility. So we'll start right leg planted first again, as we did last time. And we'll do our 60 seconds all together in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out, using our focal points. Taking little breaks if I need. Because balance drills are all about feeling in control. So if taking a little break helps you balance better on the next rep, then that is perfect. Just over halfway. And 3, 2, 1. Relax that right leg a little bit. Just gently move it around. Again, doesn't need to be vigorous. And then we'll start with our left foot planted. In 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. And in. Finding our focal points again. Because we want that little bit of help we can get. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Good. Sip of water. And we're going to want to grab our strap, fan, towel, belt, something that's long enough and is firm. I have my belt here. And just set it down just so we don't have to get up. After this first one, and then we'll lay on our backs, get comfortable, plant the feet. And we're going to do our hip opener. So we'll take our left leg and bring it across our right thigh. And remember, we don't want to be at the kneecap, on the bone, bone on bone. And we'll just start in a relaxed position, see how it feels. It may already feel like a little bit of a stretch. If it is, that's great. You can just stay put. Otherwise, we can try and move our knee with just the muscles themselves towards the wall. See how that feels. And we can add some pressure with our hand, relaxing those muscles now. We're pressing. And then if we want more stretch, we can reach through, grab a hold of that leg. We're taking a deep breath in and out, entering the stretch. So I'm trying to bring my ankle and my knee towards my respective shoulders. So ankle to right shoulder, knee to left shoulder. And very gently, of course. You can close your eyes if you like during this. And keep your focus just entirely at the hip as you breathe. Take a deep breath in and out. Relax and or deepen the stretch. Nice and easy. And then very gently let the leg go. Cross the other way. Same thing as the other side, see how it feels. Try and open up a little bit yourself, relax, then add some pressure with the hand. And then we can reach through, grab that leg, deep breath in, and out, entering the stretch. Nice deep breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. Relax and or deepen the stretch. And very gently release the leg. And then we'll take our strap, whatever it might be. Oops. And we'll start with our left leg in the air with a slightly bent knee. We want the strap in the upper quarter of our foot but below the toes. I have it just underneath the pad of my toes. And we'll start with that slightly bent knee. And all together, deep breath in. And out, straightening and stretching the leg. So gently pulling our foot to an imaginary point behind our head is what I would say. A little bit of downward force, a little bit of horizontal. Just taking nice deep breaths, keeping that leg straight. So it doesn't matter how far you can pull your leg as long as you keep it straight. So it's going to be a little different for everybody. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're turning our big toe towards our midline. Just gently and keeping that leg straight. You may need to lower it a little bit. That's totally fine. And as always, we're not necessarily worried about how much we're turning it. Just want to create that feeling. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Breathing in. And out, turning the toe away from the midline. Keeping it straight. Taking some deep breaths. Big inhale. And exhale, center and release the leg. Switch feet. Same setup. So start with a slightly bent knee. The leg in the air. And then we'll start all together with a deep breath in. And out, straightening and stretching the leg. Nice deep breaths. And deep breath in. And out, turning the big toe towards the midline, keeping that leg straight. Deep breath in. And exhale, turning it away, keeping the leg straight. And big breath in. And exhale, center and release the leg. And now we'll do our hip adductor rock back. If you need, grab some extra cushioning for the knees. I find I need a little bit of extra. So even like a towel folded would be good, a blanket folded, or if you happen to have an extra mat. And to start, we set up like a bird dog. And we can have our knees under about shoulder width apart. and rock back. But if you find it's really easy, then you can bring your knees a little bit wider and try again. And then just keep going a little wider until you kind of feel that sweet spot where you're getting a stretch on the inner thigh. And we're going to do this for a minute all together, starting in 3, 2, 1 with a big breath in and a breath out, rocking back. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, going down. And if you like, you can also try exploring the range a little bit. Crawl forward with your fingers while you're down. Really nice and slow. Still taking deep breaths because we want to relax into this. And just slowly bringing your chest down. If you're down low, you want to start working your way back slowly. Still breathing nice and slow. And then all together we can breathe in and rock forward. Come a little more forward with the hips than where you started. Then we can bring our knees in, and we're good there. And then we're going to go into our hip flexor with overhead reach. So plant the foot right into the knee, knee under hip. We're tipping our pelvis, tucking our tailbone underneath ourselves, and then the element with the arm is it starts under the thigh. As you breathe out, it comes up and over your head, but we're not tipping our body. We're just reaching with the arm, lengthening throughout there, okay? And we'll do this all together for 30 seconds on each side. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1, breathing out, reaching, breathing in, returning. Looks good. And let's switch legs. Give everybody a moment to change their setup. And then we'll start all together. 3, 2, 1, breathing out. And in. And 3, 2, 1. Get some water if you like, and then we are back on our backs. Get nice and comfortable. And we'll start with that left leg over the right thigh again. We'll go through our little checklist to see how it feels at rest. Open it up a little bit on your own. Add that pressure from the hand, relaxing the leg as you do so. And then we can reach through, grab the knee, or sorry, the leg. You can grab behind the thigh as well, or I like to grab on top. And we'll take a deep breath in all together. And out, relaxing and entering the stretch. Again, you can close your eyes if you like. Just place all that focus on the feeling in the hip as you breathe. Deep breath in. And exhale, relax and or deepen the stretch. And very slowly release the leg. Planting the foot, crossing the other way. See how it feels at rest. Open it up a little bit on your own. Add some pressure with that hand as you relax the leg. And then we can reach through. Take a deep breath in. And exhale into the stretch. Taking nice deep breaths. Deep breath in. And out, relax and or deepen the stretch. Then slowly let the leg go. Grab our strap. Start on the left leg. Slightly bent knee. Strap is on the upper quarter of the foot, below the toes. Now we'll take a deep breath in. And out, straightening the leg and stretching the leg. Just take a nice deep breath. Deep breath in. And out, turning the big toe towards the midline. Keeping that leg straight, lowering it if we need to. Deep breath in. And out, turning the big toe away. Keeping that leg straight. Deep breath in. And out, centering and releasing that leg. Nice and easy. Switch feet. Start with a slightly bent knee. Deep breath in. And out, straighten and stretch the leg. Another little tip too is be mindful of your hip. If you start to go a little too far, sometimes the hip, this is exaggerated of course, starts to come off the ground to let that leg move more. Try and keep it pressed down into the floor as best you can to get the most out of the stretch. Deep breath in. And out, turning the big toe towards the midline, keeping it nice and straight. Deep breath in. And out, turning the big toe away, keeping the leg straight. Deep breath in. And out, centering and releasing the leg. Back to the hip abductor rock back. Got a nice setup. Try and mimic the one you used last time for width of your knees. And I do find as you go wider, it may be a little easier to plant the side of your feet down. If you're more narrow, you may like having toes down. Really, whatever is comfortable will work here. It may be different for everybody just a little bit. So we'll start our minute all together with a deep breath in and out, rocking the hips back. Breathing in, coming up nice and slow, and back. Just a bit longer. If you're down low, start working your way back, nice and slow. And then all together, deep breath in while we're down. And exhale, coming up and out. Bring our hips a little more forward, and then bring our knees in. And we're good. And then we're going right into our hip flexor before we switch over to some breathing exercises. And we'll start our hip flexor stretch in 3, 2, 1. Tucking that tailbone, breathing out. Keeping our eyes on the horizon, our chin slightly tucked. It's a nice tall posture. Looks good, everybody. Nice and slow. And let's switch sides. When you feel ready, you can just keep it going. Tuck that tailbone. Feel the stretch. And continue. And 3, 2, 1. You can get some water if you like. I'm mainly for mine just so my voice stays clear. Otherwise, get nice and comfortable on your back on your mat. So you can do hands on belly button, hands on chest. You can do arms out, palms up. You can do legs sprawled out, legs planted, or sorry, feet planted. And we'll start with our eyes open, taking in some nice full breaths, both in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can add little pauses if you can. And it's okay to make some nice big audible exhales if you like. Of course, we're not forcing the air out very quickly, but we want a nice controlled pressure. And on the next big exhale, we can close our eyes and switch to breathing in and out through the nose. If you're a little stuffy, it's still kind of cold at times, you can just breathe in and out through the mouth, or a combination, whatever keeps you comfortable. going to add on the small colorful ball visualization. So choose a color of your liking. Picture the small little ball. It rests between your belly button and your sternum. And as you breathe in and your stomach rises, it rolls down towards your sternum. And as you breathe out and your stomach falls, it rolls back to the belly button. Now that we're comfortable picturing this little ball, we're going to add on the counting of our breath as well. So breathing in is 1, breathing out is 2, inhale 3, exhale 4, and so on, working your way up to 10. And if you get to 10 or you lose your place, you reset back to 1 and you keep going. A little trick I like to use is I picture the number of breath on the ball, but whatever way works for you is great. Okay, we're going to let the counting of the breath and the ball go. And now we're going to do our body scans. We want to try our best to picture ourselves as we are laying on our mat, our mind's eye. And then we're going to scan from our head, the top of our head, our crown, all the way down to our big toe. And I'll narrate the pace, and then I'll let you work your way back up on your own. So starting at the crown, coming over the forehead, brow, eyes, nose, mouth, chin, through the neck, over the collarbones, the sternum, over the stomach, belly button, through the hips, up the thigh, over the knee, down the shin, through the ankle, along the foot, all the way to the big toe. And at your own pace to work your way back up. If you find any points of tension or discomfort, I want you to take 1 to 2 big, deep breaths with it. And as you breathe out, try and picture that tension or discomfort leaving with the breath or leaving into the floor. And remember, we don't want to fixate on it. So if it persists, we just let it be and we move on. Once you've done that, you can go back to counting your breath for about a minute, roughly. Okay, let's finish the breath that we're on. And then we're taking a big breath in all the way full. Holding, holding, and exhale all the way empty. Holding and holding. Breathing is normal. Take note of your surroundings. Feel how the floor feels underneath you. Any sounds you might hear. Any smells. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Slowly open your eyes. Roll onto your side. Help yourself up with your arms. And that is our Wednesday class for Core Fusion. Thanks for joining again, everybody. Good to see you.
Thank you, Cam.
Good to see
Good
you.
to see you. It was